Hello and welcome to this playthrough of Factorio, where I am building a megabase on Earth. I am using a mod, Cities of Earth, focusing on the Old World Hemisphere. My goal is to reach 10,000 science per minute with a rail-based design. The resources are set to maximum size and density, and biters and pollution are turned off. The mod list is shown in the description, as well as a link to my Twitch channel, High Speed. Please come visit me there. Questions and comments are welcome. Thank you for watching. Thought there was something here I was going to put in here. I was like, you shouldn't have that, you should. But I don't remember. Anyways, I need a pump. King Fanerb has pumps, which will pump me up. I never did do a drag test to make sure that I had everything on here. Good. Got it all. Got it all. Let's turn these switches off so trains can't get in and out of here accidentally. Or on a bad route. Oh, it's another pump. Blue Track, thank you for the subscription. You actually, I met a sub goal. That's so cool. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And for being a follower, you get your name on a cargo wagon. And you get a gold train. Over here near Iran, it's supplying grenades for military science. Yeah. So you're an arms dealer now. That's how it goes. 1 minute you're watching a video, the next making grenades. Well, thank you. I'm here about 5 nights a week, 4 p.m. U.S. East. Tomorrow's my day off, but I'll be back Thursday. I got a commitment on Wednesday. All right, I've got some trash, but not much. It's gotten better. This thing's ready for me to turn on. So we're going to do this. I'm going to give it a quick save, just like I did before. This is from Baldur's Gate 3. Yes, here's the link to the video. Yeah, you won't get music on YouTube anymore because they kept blocking it, so... Sorry about the noise. It's what happens when I save. It takes a little while to catch me up again. So all of these are named incorrectly. So this is Africa. So that's going to bring some water. That's going to bring some oil. That's going to bring some boys to the yard. Or wait, that's steel. Yeah, and I also figured there are a lot of people on the YouTube side who they're watching them at faster than normal speed, and that would just make it weird for the music. All right, I should have some trains coming in, and I do. So let's start walking around. Oil is working. We're not cracking anything yet. Solid fuel, rocket fuel, sulfur, sulfuric acid, batteries. Batteries are kind of weak because copper's just getting here, but some of the batteries are being made because batteries are coming out. Accumulators are charging forward. Yep. Plastic is not doing anything because we don't have coal. We don't have coal because the coal train is slow. Traffic jam. This is a busy place. It'll calm down once the first sets of trains are unloaded. Still yet to tackle a MegaBase, but I've got to 500 hours in the game and still feel like I'm learning new things all the time. Well, Blue Trek, I am doing this MegaBase, and part of this MegaBase was I had to learn nuclear power. I still don't quite understand how nuclear power is... I know nuclear power. So nuclear power, I have some nuclear power plants. Fennec designed this one. And I understand how it works. It heats up the rocks, it boils the water, it sends the steam to the turbines. It's good stuff. Processing the shiny, spicy rocks. Well, I don't think I could have done a worse job of that. So, I am generating 90 gigawatts of power, as Mucky would say. And, well... I worked through that backlog. Well, I have blueprints available if you'd like to use them. Hit exclamation point blueprints and you'll be given a link to a GitHub repo with my early and mid-game blueprints. They can help the... Alright, that's green circuits. Green circuits are backing up in some places. This looks like a situation where I should be outputting in groups of 8. So that there's gaps for the other ones to fit in. I'm going to try that. Frickin' hate beacons, man. Sound just like Exterminator. So if those are capped at 8, then what should happen is it should leave gaps for these to fully unload here, and I won't be seeing all these yellow. I see a yellow there sometimes. I think I'm okay with that. More of these backing up. That's good. That's the blue circuits backing up. What is your complaint? Not enough copper. Well, I can't get you more copper. I could get you more copper. Okay, I'll get you more copper. There, I got you more copper. And you still run out. But you don't empty out either, so... What do you say? Output full, item ingredient shortage. So the only reason that could be true is because this isn't picking up because it doesn't need it. I would need some sort of prefetch feature, and that's not happening. Because it's not picking up when this thing doesn't need it, and so it causes that delay. And that sucks. Alright. Not that I'm going to use this blueprint ever again, but somebody might. So I will update this. So I will publish these eventually. I wish there was a way I could make use of this, but unless I'm willing to move this here, which I am. That works. Here, have some plastic. Same thing here, I think. I think that's a better thing to do. Now that's unfortunate. That tells me that I just do not have enough copper coming in for what I'm consuming. But it doesn't much matter, because I'm still able to meet my other things are falling behind before that does. So how many have you produced? 21. Yeah, they're backing up. Oil be a hungry, hungry hippo, huh? Man. Oh, this one needs another oil outpost. That's right. There's 5 of these trains, but I've only got 2 oil outposts. Let's park you over here. And then scope out another oil outpost. So I got King Finerb here, so we can just build it. Got this one, and I've got this one, and I was going to open up another one when I could find it. But I didn't want to go. I think I said I was going to come down here because I can see I've spec'd out this lane. That's a long run. By the time it calls that train, it will be very empty. But let's get after it. Thanks, Blue Trek. Yeah, I'll be on for about another 2 hours or so. So low density structures are backing up, which means that copper is going to start backing up, which means that this copper is going to flow more heavily over there. And that's a good situation. Low density was backing up, but it's not now. What do you think? Is it accumulators or solar panels? It's blue circuits. And now it's accumulators. You were red for a moment. Why? red circuits. But you barely go red for that one red circuit. If I route this way, and then I take this and I put a copy of it here. So that would increase the output of the red circuits by a little bit, which would keep this from failing. It would also make the red circuit the longest of the bunch. But that's good. That's an improvement. Still not quite full belts of copper coming out of there. I would need to do a major revamp to get an additional copper train. And I shouldn't need it. Let's do the calculation thing here. Choke. Okay. Per minute. Copper needed. 20,000. So it only needs one of these, and I've got 3 of them. But for me to increase the amount of copper being unloaded, I would have to change my designs quite a bit. Or this is good enough. Per minute. Yeah, that's not 135. That's about right. $3.880 is what I need to get to. All right, that's fine. So per minute, 0.029. Doesn't do me any good. Now I see I've got half a belt of rocket fuel, and I've asked myself before if I should be balancing this. But each of these automatically balances for me. So my concern when I see a half-empty belt like this is, do I have machines doing nothing? I don't care that the belt is not full. What I care about is the machine working? Because if 2 or 3 or 4 of these machines weren't working because one half of the belt is clogged, then I'd go balance it because I want the machines to work. But if the machines are working, then I'm good. I have lots of fuel and lots of fuel. I do not have lots of low density structure or solid fuel coming out here. Oh, I'm short by just a little bit. This is a case where I might switch to a single speed module. I know I said I don't like doing this. What I probably should do is just make more solid fuel assemblers. I've got the room. Now it's 0.173. And so that didn't make a difference. All right, so we're not going to do that, but we are going to think about building another one. So I've got room for it right there. I would have to move that large power pole, but that large power pole is redundant anyways. So I would take this, put it here, take this, put it here, move those in. Now when I look at this, I'm at plus 0.7. I'd much rather do that. Do I have an issue up here that I need to address for that? You're all backed up, so it doesn't much matter. But I'm not seeing that occasional red now. Yeah, you got plenty now. Okay. And that'll just back up and stop. And that's fine with me. These don't belong here. What the heck did I do here? How did these wires get so messed up after I fixed them? Syphilis, I tell you. That was a good playlist. We're going to give this one a try. Inspired, emotional, meditative, cinematic, ambient music. Okay. How far off are you two? You're not. Alright, clean up this little bit over here. Which seems to happen every time. So, I will look at these. And look at these train stops. These all have the names I want. Almost got it exactly right. And then the last one is this one. Then I take this in its entirety. I copy it. And then I take this in its entirety. And I delete it. All because of a couple of wires. Then I take these and I put them back in. Autosave gets in my way. Good. Then I re-update this blueprint. Make a copy of it. I put it there. Change that to a power pole. I don't think this music is what I want. Yeah, we're going to see what this is. Nora and Pure live from Bali. DJ. Hour and a half long. Rather cool looking set. Somebody did a good job of building that, eh? So I want just the power poles and the robo ports. I think I need those in order to make this work. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I gotta update. A lot of blueprints I need to update before I can publish this, that's for sure. Alright, so this is now static. Check these guys. That's pretty much all you carry. Oh yeah, gotta do this. Well, you guys stay here. I'm taking King Finherb for a ride. Need to be able to put a radar down in this area somewhere. That was almost the wrong button to press. And this is as far as I got. I was going to put the oil there, huh? So I want to turn it about here. I'm going to end up putting 2 trains online to satisfy this. Might as well get started on one of them. Alright, so this is where I put an oil loading station. This is where I actually want it. I want it one line higher. I hope you still have some of my radars. You do not? Yes, you do. Good. Good. Perfect. Now, the unfun part. Building out this garbage. I still have some pumps on me? Not many. Oh, yeah, I guess I do. Okay, so what we're going to do... that. Now, at some point, we're going to put... Designing starter base is harder than you thought. Yeah, it is, because you got to take into consideration so many things that you just take for granted. Yep. And that's part of the reason why you need to right size it. Right? Because if you don't, quote, right size the base, then what happens is all of your resources get eaten by, say, research, and then you don't have enough. So I'm going to end up putting some pumps in here. think I'll just do this. It's tempting to do this without clearing everything, but I'm not going to. Right size is what I was talking about earlier, is the fact that when you go to a starter base, and I assume the starter base you're talking about is something like this size, right? Because this is where it matters. This is sized at 45 science per minute, right? So all of these, this is all my science on this side. This is all sized at 45 science a minute. And the smelting and pre-production intermediates, as it's called, are all sized to provide that 45 per minute. And then production is at 10%. So all of these are sized to run at 10%. So when I put all that into Kirk, it told me how many smelters I need and how many green circuits I need and how many gears and how many engines, right? But if you look at just the engine production, we know that this thing needs a certain number of engines. And they're right here. It needs 58.5 engines per minute. So when I add this in, if I did it right, yeah, I've got +7. Not in this base. I make blue belts in another base. I have an advanced infrastructure base. The one I was just at is just big enough to get me bots. That's all it does. I make blue belts right here. So this one here in Spain, southeast Spain, all it does, its entire purpose is to get me to the point where I can make bots and then go off and do other stuff. I could actually win the game from just this one factory. If I really wanted to, but I don't, because I go up here and I build rockets from there. But when I say right size, taking a look at just the engines, as we were just doing, right? If I take blue and yellow, which are the two things that need engines, right? And I look at how many engines I'm making. Okay, I've got a little bit extra engines. But then when it comes to smelting, I need 360 iron per minute and 103 steel per minute in order to make that happen. So for these engines, I need this kind of a smelting array set up, and I need this kind of smelting array for the iron. Now I broke it up into their dedicated things, and I've got trains and raw materials that provide that. But when I say right sizing, what I mean is building enough furnaces to satisfy the requirements of what you're using in your assemblers, and not overbuilding and not underbuilding. If my production is 10%, if my factory parts are supposed to run at 10%, but my science is supposed to run at 100%, how many furnaces do I need? Now, I'm glad that makes sense. When it gets to the bigger thing, I'm doing iron and steel and copper centralized, causing myself all sorts of traffic jams. But oh, that's interesting. I would have to do something about that at some point. Because you're not going anywhere, but that's kind of broken. I would have to add another thing here because I've gotten that one stuck. Oh, that's even more weird. So I need to add a bypass. Oh, you pricks. You didn't let him go through. Okay, you better. You better. All right. I need to fly. I need to find a better design in the future that lets me get this in here without blocking, or I just need to add more stacker. That stacker design is shit, and I should stop using it. Okay, so I'm tempted to not kill all these trees, but I don't really have a choice. So you did all the tech and mall up to bot, and then the rest somewhere else? Yes, I did. And the reason why is because I think it's neat. I don't like having one amorphous blob, because